Everybody brings baggage to a relationship by the time you're our age. So he's in his early 40s and I'm in my early 50s. And he says it's how much baggage is one person bringing, and does the other person's is the other person's trunk big enough to hold that much baggage? I found that a very interesting take. And it is true. By the time you get to our age, there's no doubt that person's bringing some sort of baggage with them, some more than others. And then it's how much of that can you really take? How much can you fit in your trunk is a great synopsis there.
I mean, I don't know about your trunk, guys, but mine is not open for this sort of bullcrap. Mine is not open to take these women in that come with their divorces in hand, with their kids in tow, and with their toxicity and drama following behind their tail. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another episode of Instant Regret of women dating after, as I like to call it, divorce. So let's get started with this one right here. She's gonna share her little pity party after she divorced her man.
I'm tired. I need a break. I need a break from all of this adulting out here. I need a break from all of this transition in here. I don't want to talk to people. Look at my eyes. I'm sleeping, but I'm not. I know transitions are a challenge, right? It's not all sunshine and butterflies. And just the work that I've put in, and sometimes it doesn't even feel like work, but it is, it's catching up with me. I'm exhausted. I'm so short with people. I just tried to back into the spot. Yeah, I'm good. And the guy next to me was just like, it doesn't matter. I just need to rest. If you're doing this, rest. You know, I want to come on here and I want to be like, oh, it's so grand and oh, what a great day, and I'm not feeling it today. I'm not doing it. I'm not going to do it today. I'm going to go into this here store over yonder and I'm going to get a little bag of popcorn and some Epsom salts, and I'm going to watch a true crime documentary, and I'm going to take care of me, and I will see you guys soon.
Yes, that's it. Buy items and feed into the machine so you can feel your voided and empty heart because of the bad decisions you've made. You know, women, guys, they want the power of a man, the privilege of a woman, and the accountability of a child. They want to be modern and independent and divorce their men and be happy, yet they don't want the consequences that come with all of that, in the same way that they don't want the consequences of actually having to put some effort into their marriages after they've been promised by womanism to have a fairy tale Disney story type of marriage. And this is how a lot of women live nowadays. They just shove down their throats 50 medicaments that regulate their emotions and take care of their depressions and all that. They see a therapist twice a week that is not able to help them for years at a time to actually make them a stable, viable, good dating option, and they just whine in their cars. But talking about women whining in their car.
Did you ever hear that phrase that people are seasonal? It's true. And it happens with romantic relationships. It happens with friendships. Then you can tell when something's coming to an end. That's happening with me right now with a friendship. And not because of anger or hate or anything negative happening. It's because we move on. We find different people. We find different partners. We find different jobs. And the season that you had with one person wraps up. Lessons are learned. And then you move on. So sometimes it's not because of anything that happens. It's just the way, it's the circle of life. And it's hard. But I'm at a point in my life where I recognize it with a friend. This is happening with a friend. But I'm already mourning the loss because I know this story. I think this is why people choose not to get close to other people. This is the hurt they feel. As you've traveled the path, you've learned, they've learned. Oh, look, new people and new places. And then off you go. I love all of these things for her. I love everything. My heart is broken. because if you're not aware of it, you feel disposed of and not worthy and not important. And that's how I felt at first. And I still do. But I also know this is how it works. And boy, I forget about the feeling and then I have it again. And then you got to go through it again. It's a whole big thing.
Yes, her friend, guys. Now, don't mind the fact that this video is under the hashtag dating after divorce. She's talking about her friend. Now, you will not see me dating a woman that thinks that relationships are seasonal. Why? Well, I just don't enjoy the idea of getting a divorce because my woman has irreconcilable differences with me. I just don't fancy the idea of risking my assets in that manner. Now, truth is, yes, friends oftentimes are seasonal, works are seasonal, but your family isn't seasonal. Neither should the family that you create be seasonal. I mean, you don't change your father every 3 months, and you shouldn't change your wife or your husband every year as well. Marriage is not meant to end in divorce, and any woman that puts that into question or is already thinking about her ways out before even starting the relationship, yeah, no, it will be a pass. Thank you.
One lesson that I learned after coming out of a marriage, it was don't date someone straight afterwards. I did that, and the lessons that I learned were, you're gonna make a bad choice. You're coming from a very low vibration, and the chances are that you're gonna attract somebody vibrating at that same frequency.
Leave me a comment down below, gentlemen. At what frequency do you vibrate?
Be prepared. The idea that we're going to have fun now we're single and out of a marriage and we're going through all this grief that we're trying to run away from. Jumping into bed with the first guy that comes along. An error. Saying that.
Can you guess, guys, which of the two parties involved in this marriage that this woman had is at fault for the marriage falling apart? Take a guess. Take a blind shot in the dark.
Biggest lesson. Learned so much from it. But it did involve me having to call the police.
Don't care. Don't give a flying shit about your little pathetic attempt at setting up a date with Chad. What was the last thing she mentioned? I just black out so fast from these women's whatever bullcrap they're saying. Let me just check real quick. Oh yes, yeah, the old, oh, it was an error, but I learned so much. It was such a healing experience, guys. These women leave marriages. They get into their healing journey, and their healing journey involves a lot of bananas, getting through all the holes in their body. Let me just phrase it like this, all right? That's the healing experience. Just getting pumped and dumped by every bad boy in town. Really healing, really nurturing, really mature behavior, really wise, you know? Just pathetic. It makes me want to vomit how these women are in marriages that they supposedly, you know, till death do us part, yada yada. Oh, I've tried my best, I've tried for so long, it was just impossible. And then 2 days later, I cannot tell you the amount of women I've seen getting smashed within a week of their marriage, if not before that, if not the very same day, or even before the marriage ends. It's honestly disgusting, and it shows how little committed they were to that man. Pathetic.
On Sunday, Memorial Day weekend, and I have nothing to do. I have nowhere to go. And this isn't, I'm not looking for pity. This is the reality for some people sometimes.
For some people. Well, there are two kinds of people, as my friend Tuka often likes to say. There are women who know how to pick good partners and who know how to be devoted and loyal. And in most of the cases, they are not single for Memorial Day. And then there are the women like you, who probably divorced because of some irreconcilable differences, gobbledygook, or because of some the spark not being there. All right, so there are two very distinct groups of women when it comes to marriage, and you're part of the latter. You're part of the one that ends up being miserable.
I know some of you will come into the comments and be like, why don't you go do this? Why don't you go do that? Why don't you call this person? Why do you call that person? I know how to do all those things, but sometimes you do all those things and this is what's left. I spend a lot of holidays alone, not on purpose. I do the phone calls, I do the things, I try to put it out there, but this is the reality of it. And now that I know it because I'm living it, I'm much gentler with other people. I'm much more careful when I ask them, what are you doing this holiday weekend? Because
No, I'm not gonna be gentle with you. In fact, I'm gonna trash talk you out of existence. I'm gonna bully you, and this is what needs to be done. I won't publicly say it. In fact, I probably will get banned just for what I said previously. But no, I'm not gonna be gentle, and you shouldn't do that either. Now, I'm not saying you should bully everyone. All right, be careful not to bully a widow. But for the most part, this hedonistic approach to dating, this vulture-like approach where you take all the positives but you don't want none of the responsibilities, yeah, we need to bully that. All right, I'm not going to be soft with the kind of person that trashes another human's life, the husband in this instance, and a lot of the times the child as well, guys. Think about the children, as they like to say. These women are not. They're not thinking about the consequences of them breaking a marriage just because of their unfulfilled Disney storyline. Alright, I'm not gonna be gentle.
some people don't have things to do. And again, I want to be clear, it's not a pity party. It's the reality for so many people. I spent about an hour with a friend. Now I'm about to go into stores to look for something to fulfill me.
And there she is again, guys. This is a woman that shoves down her throat a lot of medicine, goes to see a therapist, having the false presumption that it will change her life. But you cannot fix selfishness by just making appointments with the therapist. Let me just say that these women vote, and the people at power know precisely very well this demographic of single, bitter, miserable women, and they build their strategy around that. All right, I won't get political. This is just a fact. These women make up a huge percentage of society. Divorced women, single mothers, women who are single over 30, absolutely bitter, sad, and pathetic. They make up, in today's society, such a huge percentage, and they are a force to be reckoned with just because of the mass that they comprise about society. Like, these women, guys, are literally bringing, or at least helping to bring, the downfall of society, the downfall of what specifically, especially men, have raised for so long. So yes, society will probably absolutely collapse within this century and everyone will be miserable. But hey, at least at this point, the memes are funny, these stories are entertaining, and these women's misery is honestly hilarious.
It's so beautiful outside. I'll get on my bike later, probably. I'll walk my dog later, I know that for sure. Actually, no, I won't, because I'm too anxious and I'm too sad, and I'll still be alone. And
I know that for sure. 1 second later, no, actually I won't. The level of commitment that you get from these women.
even if you were to present an opportunity to me right now to do something or be with someone, I'm literally in that state where I can't. It's just this crazy, I don't know what the purpose or point is of what I'm saying, other than sometimes when you see somebody, don't assume they have their shit together. Don't assume it's picture perfect.
Oh no, don't worry, I'm far from assuming that about you. These women, guys, are so lost, it's honestly sad. It must be really painful to be of that age. Women her age in the past were the matriarchs, and people will ask them for advice on how to keep a family and many, many other things. This woman in today's society, she doesn't even, she's not able to make a 1-minute TikTok without contradicting herself, and she ends by saying, I don't know what I'm doing, I don't know what's happening, like she has dementia. This is sad, guys. This is you can make a comparison between people who have poor mental health. They have a mental illness, right? This is the level of being lost, right? And let me just say one thing about this woman. I won't get into it. I'm sure, guys, you'll understand me perfectly. But dating has come to a point where divide and conquer has never been more true, all right? Divide and conquer is what has brought the downfall of dating and relationships between men and women. Do you agree with that?
Like, you guys know, I am not into dating. I'm 40, been married a couple of times, so my standards are so far in outer.
All right. Enough red flags to feel a communist parade at second 2 already. We have piercings, some weird glasses, that could be a red flag. A lot of tattoos, the full hand in tattoos, and probably she has SLUT written in some places I won't mention on the channel. She has been divorced a couple times, alright, for good measure. She also dyes her hair. I don't know if she dyed her hair multicolored or she's just aging. Regardless of that. And she has high standards, and she has a TikTok. Just so many red flags. And we are at second 2. But now, guys, can I please hide Ampu from this? Alright, is it okay if I do it? Now, he's getting used to these harpies, but let's not be so hard on himself, alright? Just for this time. Let's now try and pretend like this woman's gonna share some problem that has anything to do with anything that doesn't involve her, alright? Let's try and pretend that this woman will share a story in which she's not 100% to blame.
Space that I'm trying to chase men away at this point. But I mean, I let somebody talk me into dating them. And it isn't somebody that would have, like, if I saw them on the
Oh yeah, I forgot. Long nails, another red flag.
street, I wouldn't, like, it's just not my, you know, it's a white man. He's a golden retriever. A golden retriever found me. This is the benefit of keeping your standards ridiculously high. Are you ready?
Can I ask why did she have to specify a white man? People who often put humans into groups without the need to do so are often the you know, the ward, the R ward, guys, the R ward. I cannot mention it because I'm running dangerous to the community guidelines already with this video. Yeah. Also, that handsman, I'm sorry, but have you watched The Predator? You remember the monster, right? With his hands, you remember the nails he has? Just every time I see a woman like this, she reminds me of him, guys. And matter of fact, the Predator is more beautiful than these women who have these long nails. Like, I'm sorry, but it just fits him better. And his face is more appealing than a lot of these women's.
For this, I told this man, do not ask me where I want to eat. You know what I like. You know what I don't like. You know what I want. It's probably not that. And bitch, I ain't had to choose where or what to eat since. This man tells me be ready at this time because we have reservations at this time. And if there ain't a gift every single fucking time I see him, got a white boy on my roster.
But gentlemen, we'll close off the video with an image from ChatGPT that is quite hilarious. This person asks ChatGPT, from a legal perspective, what does it mean that a woman goes into the forest and chooses to meet a bear instead of a man? And ChatGPT replies, from a legal perspective, choosing a bear over a man is a solution that ensures victory for everyone involved. The bear gets a good meal, the woman is satisfied that everyone believes she is the victim, and the man at the very last avoids being falsely accused of rape. Now, to be honest with you, I don't think this is true. I think someone edited this, right? But still, it's funny, right? Because yes, that's a great solution when you come to think about it. Now, I don't think that ChatGPT will give this answer because, by the way, I've asked ChatGPT to summarize one of my videos and it gave me the reply that, oh, this content is misogynistic, it goes against women, it's against my problem to be a misogynist. So it didn't reply to me, you know, because the creators are absolutely woke of this whole AI thing, as everything in this world, right? But still, guys, it was a quite funny meme, right? And talking about that, guys, talking about how big of a misogynist I am, you know, and how I delight in seeing people suffer, especially women, I gotta say that actually the red pill content and the manosphere content in general is probably the best thing that women have in today's society, because the culture is against women, and now you may find that hard to believe, but it is. Pop culture, you know, objectifying women and treating them like they're some objects, absolutely disgusting, you know. movies again treat women like they are empowered. They treat them like unreal beings, you know. The culture also, you know, with the whole body acceptance movement, just telling women to be fat. All right, that's against women as well, against a healthy woman, that is. The culture is against women. Womanist, the womanist agenda is trying to trash women out of existence, you know, so that's against women as well. It's like, when you come to think about it, whole society is against women and actively trying to harm them, and it's the traditionalists that are fighting for women. It's the red pill, it's the manosphere that is trying to help women. Now, yes, it's not in the most soft or appealing way possible. We are being quite harsh with them. We are exposing them. We are holding them accountable. But that is only so we can fix things. All right? We really don't delight in insulting these women. I mean, I do. But look, I'm trying to make a general point here. We want to help these women. You know, we don't want to see them suffer. We don't want to have this epidemic of single mothers and children without fathers. We don't like that. We are actively fighting against that, not only for the sake of men and to protect men, but also to, you know, at least hope that things will revert back to normal, you know, to what they used to be. So, ironically enough, even though AI thinks that I'm a misogynist, and even if you ask your normie friend about this sort of content, he'll tell you, the manosphere, that is so cringe, that is so misogynistic. In reality, we are like the last, you know, camp that is fighting for women, for real, healthy women lifestyles, you know. So that's an interesting thought, gentlemen. But leave me your thoughts down below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one.